let's get to the root of our issue. And what's at the root of our issue of this identity crisis, this false self-identity? The mind. The mind is at the root of our false self-identity. Humanity have been worshiping the mind for ages. All of the gods, they are the mind character. They are the ego character that arises from the mind. The mind created using its imagination to create an avatar, and all of the selves been entranced in the sleep, and the mind, its character rose up and take precedent over the self. And so we have been exploring the world in the mind, and this is the reason why we have this false self-identity, because we think that we are the mind. When we came into being, we had this, the light consciousness, the non-dual consciousness, the mind with the light. So we are in awareness, we're in truth, and we're in the real. When we come into the world, because it's a dream, we're given this consciousness, the duality consciousness, darkness, where there is no light. This is the problem. How do we heal from this mental sickness and from the self-ignorance? We have to know to illuminate ourselves. What have we been doing in this darkness in the mind? We've been worshiping the mind, and we thinking the mind is ourself, and so we must gain control over our minds. We have no control over the mind, and this is what the problem is. We must gain control over the mind, this ego. You must castrate this ego because it is the false self, and it must return from whence it came, this avatar, so that the real self can rise up, so you can identify yourself, your true self. What have we been doing? We've been exploring the world as the mind. So the duality consciousness is called Brahma. The non-dual consciousness is called Brahman, and that is the mind of the self-supreme primal light Aten Ra. Brahma is the mind of supreme self, supreme Ra. Supreme Ra is herself that is dreaming up the world. Her mind is. She is the one that is managing and creating the world in a dream. And our mind is the duality consciousness. It is the tainted consciousness. It is very deceptive and cannot be trusted. So how do we return to truth? How do you return to your true nature? The mind of the world is very sick. The mind of our dual nature exploring the world, disembodied, is sick and deranged. The mind of the human beings are sick and deranged. How do we return to balance? This mind that is in darkness must return back to the light. Light must turn on, it must return back to its truth. So what we're going to do is we have to make sure that we are illuminating ourselves. We have to castrating this ego, because we are not this mind, we are not this body, we are not this ego. False self-identification. We have to get to the root of our issue, which is the mind. We have to solve it by, first we have to get rid of this character that the mind dreamed up, this avatar that is exploring the world and is holding the self in prison. We have to get rid of this character and get to the root, and so that we can finally awake and see ourselves and stop exploring the world as baby consciousness. You're exploring the world as baby consciousness in a body. The gods are exploring the world as baby consciousness disembodied. It's time to wake up from sleeping. Wake your backside up. You just have to self-inquire to the intelligence within you to wake it up, and it's going to wake up and speak to you. You must know that this world is a dream. This is the dream of consciousness. We have entered inside someone's dream. Let me say that again. We have entered inside someone's dream. We come into the dream to explore the dream. You must see things the way that they are. This is a dream world, dream creations, dream things, dream body. This dream is coming to an end. We have this dream body so that we can explore this dream world. The dreamer will wake up from sleeping. Consciousness have to wake up, and all the supreme selves have to wake up, and all of you human beings Yourself is sleeping and you are living in the ego. You must wake up. This world is illusionary in nature and things are not what they seem. You must see things the way that they actually are. Awake from the dream. You are not who you think you are. Awake, 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 awake from the dream. Self-realization is the key. Who am I? What is the source of my existence? You have to self-inquire. You will not know if you don't self-inquire, because the self will not rise up to answer you. You have to inquire so that your self will rise up and answer you. Self-inquire to know. I seek my truth from within. I trust my inner supreme truth. I trust my inner supreme teacher. I trust my inner supreme wisdom. I trust my inner supreme intelligence. Seek your truth from within. It's time now for us to come to our truth and know our truth. Yes, all is myself and I alone exist. I am honoring myself. I have the self-love and self-devotion. You have to bring the mind and bring it down into the heart so that you can purify it, so you can have oneness with it, because in this duality, you need the mind to move parallel with you and you're in harmony with it. You cannot have it controlling you. You have to be able to have the mind do what you ask it to do and need it to do. So you have to be in charge. So we have to turn on the inward, start honoring ourselves, self-love and self-devotion. Hail to the primal light, hail to the light throughout the ages, hail to the true light, hail to the transparent light, hail to the light without beginning or end. Hail, 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 hail to the primal light. I bow to the primal guru, the supreme teacher within. I bow to the great supreme eternal truth within. I bow to the great supreme wisdom within. I bow to the great supreme intelligence within. Hail, 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 hail to the primal light. I want to thank you so much for joining me. I am Primal Light, prepared for the world with identity all set. I am the daughter of the Self-Supreme, Primal Light. I am the liberator and advocate for all souls. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, please share, please practice stillness. Please practice self-inquiry so you can come into self-realization. Thank you so much. I bow to you in love, in light, and in truth. All is myself and I alone exist. Hail to the primal light. May all beings be filled with love, light, and truth. May all beings be self-luminous. May all beings return to balance and harmony, the non-duality. I am primal light, prepared for the world with identity all set. I am the daughter of the self-supreme primal light, Ten Ra. I am the liberator and advocate for all souls. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Please leave a comment. Please share.